Hello Facebook, it's me, Bryson Booker, and it's time for a Bryson Booker Pro Audio vlog. So today I'm going to be showing you the equipment I'm going to be using on Sunday. I have a gig on Sunday, and we're at my church right now, and so we're doing this outdoor service, and so basically I'm going to be using all of this equipment here, including that Peavey amp up there. But this is pretty much part one of my gig log that I want to do, and I may not have time to film this on Sunday because we have to get all this stuff outside. But just a gig log that I wanted to do, and I want to do a lot of these every time I have a gig, so I want to make basically like a little gig log showing you the equipment I use, how I used it, and some of the performances that took place at that event. So I plan on doing that with this event, but this is pretty much an introduction to that event. So what we're going to be using on Sunday consists of these two very large early 1980s Peavey SP1s. These guys are fully horn loaded. So you have a Peavey compression driver here in a big horn lens, and then you have a Peavey Black Widow woofer. That's a 15-inch Peavey Black Widow woofer in the bin right there. Pretty much Peavey pretty much put their MFX1 horn on top of the Peavey FH1 bass cabinet and just smashed it all together in one cabinet and called it the SP1. So that's what these guys are. They throw far, they sound pretty darn good with little equalization, and most importantly, they can get loud without using a buttload of power. Speaking of power, that's where we're going to be coming over here. This is actually not mine. This is a friend's. He let me borrow it for this event. So this is his amplifier that I'm using. But yes, as you can see, it is a mixer slash amplifier. I'm just using the amplifier portion. But the reason why I particularly chose this PA mixer slash amp was because of the pad. I'm going to be using an external mixer with this system. That's what this is. This is my Soundcraft Signature 16 that I'm going to come out of the Soundcraft Signature into this Peavey XR 8684F powered mixer. And so I'm just going to plug in here and then push in the pad, so I'm not getting a whole bunch of extra power that I don't need from this powered mixer. And I already kind of preset levels. We tested this system yesterday here in the gym, and we kind of preset some levels. So I'm going to start at 0 dB on the channel, 0 dB on my master, and 0 dB on my console. And that'll probably give us a good sound to start with. Did a little EQ, because the EQ, as we all know on these powered mixers, I think I'm looking at the wrong channel here. And here we go, channel 2. These EQs on these powered mixers are kind of meh. Peavey's is actually pretty decent here, but still I had to cut a lot of that mid out because it was just crud up in there. But yeah, this is going to act as our amplifier. And then I'm using the graphic EQ, obviously, for the mains. I only had to pull down a little bit of 125 and 250. When they're outside, I'm probably going to have to take a little bit of 2K, a little bit of those high mids out, just a little bit, because obviously a horn, and sometimes horns can sound horny, no pun intended, but they can sound a little honky up in that high mid range. And so I may have to pull a little bit of 2 kilohertz out, just a little bit. I'm not going to do it now because I'm not really sure how it's going to be outside. But obviously, when we start to push them, we may have to take a little bit of that 2K out to get rid of that brashiness and harshness that generally comes from a horn such as that. Especially a Peavey horn. But that's what we're using to power the front of house speakers. These cabinets are going to get 200 watts per speaker. Because this is a 2-channel amp, and I'm running it in stereo. This is only for mains. I'm not running monitors through this. So left channel is going to get 200 watts. Right channel is going to get 200 watts. In total, I'm going to have 400 watts, which is more than enough for the area that we're going to be covering with this system. More than enough. So we're going to have plenty of power, and if we need to push it, we can obviously push it, and these guys will get really loud. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the power that that mixer will supply will be perfect for what we need it for for Sunday. Monitors, you can't really see them that well because they're in their cases, but I kind of used a combination of the church's equipment, which are these SP1s, and then my friend's amplifier with my equipment. So this is my processing for my monitors. So I have a 15-band graphic EQ, Samson graphic EQ in here, as well as a power conditioner. This is all my cables, so this is my cable bag. And then these are my JBL Eons. JBL Eon 15, so this is just one of them. The other one is behind the purple bag. And these guys will be the monitors. So these monitors are going to go in front of the little platform where the performers and where the speakers are going to be standing. One of them may be used as a keyboard monitor. I'm not sure yet, because I think we're probably not going to need two monitors for people that are speaking and singing. We'll probably just need one, and I'm probably going to use the other one as a keyboard monitor. So I plan on using one channel or one auxiliary off of my board for monitors, but I may use two if I'm going to use one as a keyboard monitor. I don't know yet, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. And then finally, those are monitors. Got our snake here. Sorry for the cable mess, but we got a big long 1/4-inch cable to connect to one of the speakers, and then I got another big long 1/4-inch cable to go to the other side. And then we have our 50-foot live wire snake. For this particular event, I'm not going to be using my wireless mics. I just kind of decided, like, you know what, this is not really a huge event. You know, it's not going to require wireless mics, so I'm just going to run 4 good old Shure wireless wired microphones, and then 2 inputs will be for drums, 1 input will be for a keyboard DI, and that's pretty much it. We may or may not have the drums. We have to just double check and see, but in total, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 channels will be used from the snake, and that'll go right into my Soundcraft board. So that's pretty much the gear rundown of what we're going to be using on Sunday. Obviously none of it's set up as of yet, but once we get out there on Sunday, we'll set it all up, and I'll come back and show you some more of what we're doing. See you next time.
Here forever, right here in your holy presence. Lord, I love you forever. I love you forever. I love you forever, Lord. I love you forever. I love you forever. I love you forever, Lord. I love you forever. I love you forever. I love you forever, Lord. I love you forever. I love you forever. I love you forever, I love you forever. I love you forever. I love you forever. And we give glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to God forever. Sing it. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to God forever. Everybody say, glory to God. We lift your name up. Glory to God. We lift your name up. Glory to God forever. Glory, glory to God. We lift your name up. Glory to God. We lift your name up. Glory to God forever. Hey, glory, glory to God. We lift your name up. Glory to God. We lift your name up. Glory to God forever. Glory to God. Glory to God. We lift your name up. Glory to God forever. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to God forever. I love you forever. I love you forever. I love you forever. I love you forever. I love forever. I love forever. Sing I love you forever. 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 I love you forever.
The affection that gave me direction and reached you through the music. I promise you I've been the hell and back from the streets with them youngins and selling back. Trying to reach them, they might as well tell them fact. We need to use these demons and setting traps. I'm just like y'all, bro. Is it to find my purpose like ball, though? I was a road runner, that's all, folks. This natural here, all grow. I had a calling on me. I call like they coughing on me. This weekend they tossing on me. The devil won't coffins on me. Ice out the crosses on me. I was so lost and lonely. They was all plotting on me. Somebody watching over me. Okay, everywhere I go, I swear I hear the same thing. They say I got a call and I ain't even hear the phone ring. I am only here to grow, I guess I am road gang. They pray, my soul change.